Namaste, everyone, and welcome to the full moon meditation. So, before we start, let's ask for blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual teachers, spiritual elders, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally, I ask the blessings of my teacher, Grandmaster Chokok Sri Mahaguju Mailing. We thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for divine healing energy, guidance, help, and protection. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, an intelligent mind, and a powerful will that we may be of service to others. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, welcome. So I know a lot of you are new. Every time we do this, we have thousands of new people joining. So let me just give you some context of why we do this. You know, people say, oh, during the full moon, people go crazy. Let's just kind of talk a little bit about that. Just imagine when you pour fertilizer on the ground, everything grows. Flowers, fruits, and weeds. So just imagine during the full moon, there's so much energy pouring down to the earth, it amplifies everything. So whatever people have, if they're stressed out of their mind, boom, it goes through the roof. If people are loving, they're happy, that's also amplified or magnified. And I remember my teacher used to say, there's a Tibetan master named Holy Master Dwalku who said, the full moon time is a time of opportunity or a time of crisis. And for people who are not yet serious about their spiritual path, it's a time of crisis. Whatever they have, whatever is going through their life, boom, it just gets amplified. Now, for people on the spiritual path, just that knowing says, there's so much energy coming in. So I can use it like a ginormous fire hose and use it to release stuff that I have difficulty releasing in a normal day. It's just like instead of being under a small shower, I'm now under a waterfall. So we take advantage of that opportunity to do what? To flush stuff we don't want. Then we already know it has an amplifying effect. So we meditate on love, forgiveness, kindness, and all the virtues. And so when that energy comes in, guess what? Those are fertilized, those are magnified. It's a shortcut to spirituality. Of course, to ordinary people who are not just serious on the spiritual path, it's just like werewolf syndrome. Full moon. Okay? So that's why we do this. For the ones who are new, welcome. I hope that you will get a lot out of this. And what we try to do is include a short lesson every time we have a meditation, so that not only are you meditating, you're also spiritually learning concepts and truths that are, and here's the key word, inclusive of all traditions. And that's why the story I chose for this one is one that we've used before in our meditations, but I want to share that with you again because it really, really kind of just points out the key concept that all religions, let's just say, are aiming for. That's why we title it The Essence of All Religions. So the story goes something like this. It's a Buddhist meditation, Buddhist prayer. I'm sorry, Buddhist story. So there's this enlightened Buddhist master was sitting at the side of the river. He's just listening to the sound of the water, the sound of the wind passing through the trees, and just kind of basically chilling, as we call it. And the man walks by and says, can you give me a single word, one word, that is the essence of your religion? Okay? Give me one single word that encompasses the essence of your religion. Exactly. That's what happened. The teacher basically didn't say a single word and just continued enjoying the scenery, the calmness. That's all he did. Now this dude got upset. He said, hey, are you deaf or something? I just asked you a question. The master looked at him and says, I heard your question and I gave you an answer. Silence is the answer. The pause and the interval is the answer. And he proceeded to just okay? And this dude wasn't happy. He goes, what? Give it to me something clear. I don't understand. That's what. Give me a mysterious answer like that. Give me something clear. So the teacher, it's sand, right? There's sand in front of him. So he used his finger, just wrote the words meditation. Now, I have no idea if this is in English or whatever language, but he wrote meditation. Now, this guy says, okay, it's a little clearer, but I still don't understand it. Can you be a little clearer? The master wrote it again. Meditation. This time, double or triple the size. Meditation. In whatever language he wrote. Now this guy still wasn't happy. He goes, he just wrote the same thing. Doesn't make any clearer. Clarify. The teacher goes, meditation. Like huge, in your face size. The guy goes, are you mad? Are you angry? The teacher said, when I gave you the first answer, that was the correct answer. Silence is the answer. The second answer was less correct. The third answer was kind of wrong. And the fourth answer is very, very wrong. Now you guys are going, what? How could that be the essence of all religion? Here's the secret. Silence is the space where one wakes up. Okay? Silence is where one, the real I, wakes up. The space where there's chattering mind, thoughts, and emotions is when the I is asleep. Now, that reminds me of a story my teacher used to say. He used to say, people pray. He was being interviewed. People pray. But they just keep asking, God, give me this. God, give me that. God, give me this. And then, what happens? When they don't get it in time or they don't get what they want, they get angry. God, I pray for this. I do this for you. I do that. It's like, what do you think God is? A cosmic bellhop? And then my teacher, Master Choco Sui, then continued. He said, it's like people who chant. It's good. They're chanting. It has purification effect. It has uplifting effect. That's good and wonderful. But a lot of them are missing the key part of the chanting process, which is that part. And the way he described it is he said, it's like when you're in a conversation, you talk. You have to be quiet so you can listen. And most people, they look at religion as, God, give me this. God, give me that. Please do this, do that, do this. They're just like constantly yelling. That's why I love it when I was at one of Tony's events. Tony Robbins said, God's delays are not God's denials. See, we have so many great people we can learn from, right? So God's delays are not God's denials. And a big part of it is because we, us, our chattering, busy minds think we know what's best. So it's almost like we're telling God, we want this, we want that. Give me this better house, better this, better that. And then when we don't get it, or if it's not a matter that we want, we complain. Sounds familiar? That's why when I read that story and I meditated on it, and I go, it's true. As much as I've been taught by the teacher to meditate, I noticed that oftentimes I don't shut up. When in reality, the secret is to zip it. You do your meditation, you do your practice, and then silence. Because silence is when the I, the soul, really wakes up. When I say wake up, it means we get to realize the chatter of the mind, the emotional turmoil, and the stuff in the physical world are everything that's happening outside of the I. As long as these are in control of our lives, the soul is spiritually asleep. Think about it. That's why when you do our meditation, you notice we do meditation, twin hearts, or great invocation. We bless. Afterwards, what do? We always go through the meditation and then either imagine a point of light or just be still be aware, and you notice there's silence. You notice that? I'm not playing music. I'm not playing, oh yeah, none of that stuff. Just because that silence is when all of us has an opportunity. Listen carefully. All of us have this opportunity to be still, to experience our true nature. So let's say you say the rosary. Let's say you're Catholic. You're saying the rosary, right? What you can do is in between each prayer, you practice contemplation. Just be still. Don't say, Our Father who art in heaven, hail Mary, full of grace. You finish the whole thing. Okay, I did my prayer. No, you go. You finish one, be still. I bet you just do one part of the rosary, you're already blissing out of your mind. Because you tap into that frequency by being still and silent, we become sponges for that energy. It's like when you chant, Om, Amen, or whatever mantra you're chanting, right? That's the way that it was taught to me by my teacher. As we do the chanting, you chant, then there's a space in between each chant, like Om, silence, Om. That silence is the most important part of the meditation. When I say important, doesn't mean the rest are not. It's because that is the time where you establish contact. Okay, this is not an alien movie. Okay, don't say, ooh, first contact. Right. But if that's what makes you understand it, hey, go for it, buddy. But that is where contact is made of the I am. Silence. You know, some people, they always have to have music playing. They always have to have something going on. You know why? Because they need that to give them the to reinforce their identity that all this chatter and noise is I. But in reality, if they're to shut everything off, even for a short time, and really go within and just and be still, at first there's gonna be stuff to come up. I mean, that's what happens in Vipassana. Some of you done Vipassana meditation. Remember, 10 days, first 3 days is like hell. You can't talk to anyone. You cannot read emails. It's just like, you can't even have eye contact. So what happens? Stuff come up. That's because at that point, when you're practicing silence, watch this, literally. When you're trying to practice silence, you are transitioning from identifying who you really are with all the noise, the emotions and thoughts going all over the place, to you're transitioning to be not them. So if all these noises going on, as soon as you practice silence, at first it's difficult because you're swimming in those emotions and thoughts. As soon as, watch this, as you start withdrawing temporarily, the process of withdrawing is also the process of observing. Write it down. The fact that you can withdraw, you're observing, withdraw, observe. At some point, you withdrew to a certain extent that you're observing. Oh yeah, I'm feeling these feelings. These thoughts are moving around. So you get to experience the thoughts and emotions are something that you observe. Once you get to that point, you don't have to try to be still or silent. It is already you. Make sense? Because you're observing. Oh, I've noticed emotionally I'm upset. Emotionally I'm happy. Emotionally I'm thinking, wait, let me the fact that at some point you keep observing. The act of observing, you're already what? Withdrawing and becoming the observer. Then you start observing the thoughts. It's just like watching clouds in the sky. Oh yeah, there's a cloud. There's a cloud. You move that way. Oh, interesting. Then the obvious question is, who's observing everything? I am. You cannot get to the I am part until you shut up. I know the Buddhist teacher would not have said it that way. I'm using everyday language. Like, you know, some people, I'm going, no wonder your life is a big hot mess. The silence allows the I to wake up to who it really is. You notice I'm not saying he, she, it. I'm saying it because soul is sexless. Get over it. Some people still complain, oh, but you're being... The soul is neither male or female. In fact, I've shared this in previous teachings. The soul is constantly balancing the masculine and feminine energy that is within it. In the Chinese tradition, you have the yin and yang. Simple as that. That's why when people start complaining, yeah, but that prayer is so sexist or this and that, I'm going, that's because you're stuck. You're stuck. You're fixated on that when you realize the soul is pure energy. Now, let me finish with this and we'll do our meditation. When you're observing, you start observing your thoughts, your emotions. As you observe more and more, something very interesting happens. You're able to observe even something that is chaotic and stay calm. Haven't you noticed that? The more we meditate, there could be a crisis, there could be something happening, everybody's going crazy, and you used to go crazy, and now you kind of go, all right, this is happening. What are my options? Because you are able to temporarily have a realization, I'm not this panic. Panic is an emotion. All these chattering thoughts, I'm not those thoughts. And you're able to say, wait. Okay, this person's saying something, that person's saying something, everybody's bombarding me. Stop. These are just thoughts directed towards me. Then you get to observe. This person saying this person projecting that. Very interesting. And then when you have somebody who's angry, spitting emotion crap at you, you're able to go, very strange. These are not my anger. So what happens? It doesn't stick. Of course, the downside of that, people get pissed off. They go, hey, how come you're not so angry? How come you're not doing this? And you go, it's not my junk, it's yours. So why should it be as crazy as you are? No, don't say that. People think that when they panic and they go emotionally volatile and go crazy, if you don't do it with them, they feel like, hey, you don't care. It's not because you don't care, it's because you don't want to swim in the mud. So sometimes you have to act like you're swimming in the mud to make them feel better. But remember, we always say, you don't have to drown with someone to save them. Write it down. A lot of people think, oh, they're going through a lot of pain, so I have to go into the pain and swing with them, and then that way I can help them. No, it's just like, again, somebody's drowning. You go, I have to drown with you to save you. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Isn't it? So if you want to save someone, you have to stay in dry land. You go, oh, okay. Go. Make sense? I know, some of you, yeah, but I was taught in my religion that I really have to empathize. I have empathize or something like that. You have to empathize, I have to feel it. You can empathize without absorbing their pain. That's the mistake a lot of people always say, oh, I have to feel your pain to help you. No such a thing. If they're in pain, you go, yeah, you're going through a difficult time. Okay, what are the things I can do to help alleviate that pain? Me swimming in the mud with you, I know misery loves company, but that's not really a good way to do it, because every time you do it, it leaves a remnant in your astral or your emotional body. Think about it. You can care for people without swimming in their pain. Because you get to observe, you go, I really want to help this person. He or she just lost a grandfather or whatever. So you're there, you say the right words, caring words, you comfort them, you do what needs to be done. That's it. Because you're able to observe. Again, you've heard me say 1,000 times. The reason people suffer is because they forget who I really is. Who's the watcher? Who's the observer? So when a person is not able to watch and observe, they are asleep. That's why the Buddha said, don't worship me, I'm not God. I'm awake. The awakened one. Of course, there are different levels of awake. Yeah? So you can enjoy life. You can enjoy a good movie. Hey, man, that was a fun movie. But you don't talk about it the next 20 years. You had a great relationship. You have great sex. You have this. Okay, everything's great and wonderful. But you understand it's an experience the soul experienced with the bodies at that time. Then you go, okay, let's move on. To finish it off, that's why in Buddhism, the way Master Cho explained it to me, to us, most people in Buddhism say, attachment is the key, is the cause of all suffering. So don't get attached to anything. That's called denial. You're going to suffer. So the secret is as simple as this. You've heard us say this many, many times. Watch. My body's thirsty, not the soul. The soul doesn't get thirsty. Watch this. My body's thirsty. I attach to the drink, satisfy that thirst of the body. When I'm done, I let it go. Oh, the body needs to drink again. Okay, let's drink again. Done. I don't hold on to it forever. The ability to attach, detach, attach, detach is true detachment. So you can enjoy life to the fullest, but know that what? As the Buddha said, everything is subject to change. Nothing is permanent except the soul. Even then, the soul is not really permanent. It's continuously evolving. So if you're able to observe and know that everything's subject to change, you enjoy a relationship to the fullest, and if for whatever reason it's not what it's supposed to be, okay, move on. You love your car. You love your home. Okay. But if something happens that you don't have it, detach. Attach, detach. Make sense? So when you're able to, and we'll finish with this, I've been saying that for 20 minutes now, the ability to attach and detach requires being awake to do so. Haven't you noticed some of you've experienced it before you go, I'm loving this chocolate ice cream way too much. Have you experienced? I think I'm enjoying this too much. I think I'm craving this too much. The fact that you can say that, that's already one step. Don't stop there. Keep pulling away. Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, I think I eat this too much. Or some of you have certain addictions to whatever substance or drink or activity. If you can step back and say, I think I'm indulging in that, whatever, food, action, whatever it is, a little too much. The fact that you can say that, you're way ahead of the game. Because at that point, you're already semi-awake. The key is just keep going. Okay, now I'm awake. Let's talk about this. Yeah, I think that drink is not really good. It's damaging the liver. And if the liver is damaged, okay. Anyway, this drink is interesting. I enjoyed it at that time, but I don't want to damage my body. Boom, you move on. It shows soul control. Yeah. You can use that for anything. From food, to sex, to movies, to anything. The ability to step back and observe that these desires are not the I. Finished. At that point, you are awake. And the more, watch this, the more you do your meditations, and you're able to keep extending that silence, the longer the silence, the more awake the soul really is. That's why in some of your meditations, it says by the time we bring you back from your meditation, you go, wow. I said, yeah, you were out for 10 minutes. People going, that was 10 minutes? It's like time stop. Time does not stop. It's just that when you are in that state of who you are, the soul is a multi-dimensional being. Time moves differently in the material world in the astral world, the mental world, in the higher spiritual worlds. That is really not that far out. As I always say, there's this thing called time dilation. All of you know that. Time moves slower when you're closer to the surface of the earth compared to up there in the satellite. That's why they have to calibrate the satellites. Otherwise, your GPS will be off because time moves faster in the same three-dimensional space, just further away from mass. That's called time dilation. So what more, listen to this, what more in the emotional world, the mental world, in the higher spiritual realms, which a lot of us have no clue. Well, it's like different floors in the building. Think about it. So when you do your meditation, you practice silence, you're going higher, higher in those dimensions. That's how you notice time seem to stand still. That's that. Make sense? Now, that's why silence is so important. Even in your everyday life, you're watching for, someone to show up for lunch, or you're driving. I'm guilty of this. Oftentimes I put on something, music or something to listen to. Then a few times, like today, I go, let's turn everything off. Just drive. And although I have to pay attention to the road, but even that silence allowed me to just be still. My body's still driving. I'm still aware of the road. But at some point, there's a sense of power. It's like I tap into my real power when there's nothing disturbing my thoughts and my emotions. Silence. A lot of people, they're just silent when their body sleeps. That's the only thing that's the only time they shut up. So in the waking moment, and then so by the time it's time to go to bed, their body's exhausted. Hello, man. It was a stressful day because you're swimming it. But you're able to practice a bit of stillness somewhere during your day. You notice at the end of the day, you don't feel as drained and tired. Now, let me finish it with this. This is one of the most famous quotes people always use in Psalms. Be still and know that I am God. Right? Now, first of all, if you take it exactly like it is, it's a little delusional. It doesn't mean there's still something I'm God of the universe. There's a deeper meaning. Be still and know that the I am is one with God. Let me go through the steps. Be still. As you're still, you get to observe you're not your body. You get to observe the body. You get to observe your emotions. You get to observe your thoughts. Then at some point, it naturally moves through, okay, so who's the one observing these things? I am. Then you go deeper as you meditate on the I am and things are very, very still, very silent. You start to sense that, that's strange. I'm observing my body, thoughts, and emotions. When I get to a certain level of stillness, it's as if someone is observing this observer dude. Get my point? You're very, very still. You're observing the body, emotions, and thoughts. When you get to a certain level of stillness, it's almost like, okay, this is strange. It's as if someone is observing the observer, and that observer and what's being observed seem to be connected. Some of you go, yeah, I didn't want to tell anybody because it sounds weird. Welcome to our world. So at that point, you get to realize that the I is part of a bigger I. That's what people call higher soul or higher self. Then as you go deeper in that stillness and silence, you get to realize that higher or bigger I is actually connected everywhere. Then you get a sense of oneness. As you get a sense of that oneness, you notice that oneness, and you swim in that sense of oneness, there's stillness, a sense of connection, and massive, steady, immense power. We are all little parts or cells of God. Without the first step of being still, that will never happen. Now you know the deeper meaning of be still and know that I am God. Not because you and I are God, but you and I are part of God. So the sense that when we identify with it, God is in us. That is the true essence and the essence of all religions. Without silence, you can kiss it goodbye. That's it. So you can enjoy life to the fullest, have lots of fun, make money, help people, have a great time. But when it's time to be silent, the snap of a finger, you can do it. That's that. Very simple. You see, once you understand this, you have a pathway on how to achieve it. And I'm sharing that with you because I want to give credit to my teacher, because most of this stuff are so complicated, but my teacher laid it out in such a simple way. And that's why I love my teacher so much. And this Saturday is the day he left his body. We call it Mahasamadhi. And I'm always so grateful for everything I've learned, because without my teacher, me know nothing. So I hope you're learning from these teachings, and I would recommend wherever you are. Pranic healing classes are all over the world. You go to your nearest pranic healing center. There are books, there are CDs, there's classes. Learn the teachings. They're simple, and the one I love the most is you can use it every day. Okay? Now, before we meditate, just want to have a quick announcement, because if I do the announcement afterwards, you guys are so spaced out, you won't be listening. So this is full moon meditation. Next month, actually next 3 months are the most powerful full moon of the year. So next month is April 16th, Saturday. Okay, you'll see this, we'll post this. The Wesak Festival is the month after. It's May 15th. Okay? And then the one after is the Gemini full moon, is also super powerful. So to put it together for you, next month is the preparation. Aries full moon. Taurus full moon is when the energy pours down to the earth. Gemini is the distribution of energy. And what we try to do, and we've done this the third year we're going to do this now, before May 15, we have a 7-day Wesak Festival meditation, purification, and healing. In other words, 7 days before it, every single day, we have cleansing and meditation and lecture. Every single day. So by the time the energy blasts through us, you're ready. Okay? So anyway, you hear about it. I just want to let you know now. Otherwise, after meditation, you guys are going to go, wow, it looked like you smoked something. All right, let's meditate. Okay, shall we? Tap your crown. View of your crown. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Put your hand like this. Repeat after me. Focus on your crown. This is the I am affirmation as taught to us by my teacher, Grandmaster Chokok Sui. I am that I am. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. Be still. Any thoughts, any emotions, any sound, whatever stimuli you hear, you see, you feel, are not the I. Just observe them. If you hear sounds in the room, observe them. Oh, that's interesting, that sound. If you feel something in your body like pressure, tension, whatever, just observe them. Oh, those are just little pressures on the body. If certain thoughts are popping in and out of your mind, about anything. Just observe them. Oh, very interesting. Bunch of thoughts floating like clouds. Observe. And just say, I'm not those. I'm not that body. I'm not any of those thoughts and emotions. Those are not the I. I am the soul. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spark in me. I am a child of God, meaning we're all still growing and evolving. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Be still. Remember what we talked about earlier. Be still and know that I am is one with God, part of God. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. I am that. That. I am. Be still. Now repeat after me. Our hearts are one. Our souls are one. Our spirits are one. There is only oneness. So it is. Now imagine the earth in front of us, the size of a little ball. Collectively, from our hearts to our hands, bless the earth with beautiful pink light. Intense pink light. Fill your family, your workplace, your city, state, country. Let that pink light spread to all the countries all over the world, especially Ukraine, Russia, and the surrounding areas. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow unconditional love. That is a prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. May my soul be filled with love and kindness. And let me share it with every person, every being on earth now. So be it. Be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with so much pink light, blessing every person, every being with peace and unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. And just say to whoever I've hurt, in however way I've hurt you, and whenever I've hurt you, I'm very, very sorry. I humbly ask for your forgiveness. So it is. And I also forgive myself. To all who have hurt me, we are all children of God. We are all growing and evolving. And evolution involves time, process, and lots of mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes, so can you. To all who have hurt me, God's peace and love be with me. God's peace and love be with your soul. You're completely forgiven. Go in peace. And may you be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. May you be blessed with wisdom and spiritual understanding and learn from your mistakes also. So be it. Flood the earth, every person, every being, with a spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation, especially the areas of Ukraine and Russia. Let there be peace, love, healing, and forgiveness. So be it. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. Darkness is the absence of light, the absence or the ignorance of one's true nature, a being of light. May all be blessed with spiritual light and realization. So be it. And where there is sadness, let me sow a tremendous amount of joy. So be it. Just be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope, with faith, with light, with joy. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Just be still. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Just say, our souls are one. Now from your crown, imagine golden light just pouring down through our hands and blessing our families, all our relatives, the people we work with. Let that golden light spread throughout the city, the country, the surrounding areas, all the countries of the world, and especially fill Ukraine with massive amounts of golden light. So be it. Our souls are one. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing, and for many at this time, financial healing and physical healing. And the country of Ukraine be blessed with divine healing and divine protection. So be it. May all the Russian people be blessed, be healed. So be it. May all the leaders be spiritually awakened, so there may be peace and divine order in the land. So be it. So be it. So it is. Now be aware of your heart and crown. Take a deep breath. And exhale and imagine golden light even brighter than before just pouring through our hands and filling the entire earth. Our hearts are one. Our souls are one. Our spirits are one. There's only oneness. We are one with all the holy masters. We are one with all the great spiritual teachers. We are one with all the spiritual elders. We are one with all the holy angels and archangels. We are one with God. We are one with all. And in this oneness, we humbly ask to be instruments and channels to bless our beloved Mother Earth. From the center of the heart of all-loving God, through our soul to our entire being, may every person, every being, in every dimension, every direction, above and below, be blessed with unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. May all be blessed with emotional, mental healing, as well as financial healing. So it is. May all be blessed without exception. Just blanket the world with brilliant golden light. Bless countries that are in need of blessing. Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, Afghanistan, Iran, Venezuela, Colombia, many parts of Africa, many parts of Asia, Australia, New Zealand, North, Central, South America. So many places in the world that needs blessing. Different parts of Europe needs the blessings. You and I are not the one blessing, we're just the pipelines. We humbly ask that all these people who are suffering be healed. So be it. Blessings be to all without exception. So be it, and so it is. Now lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. A few inches above your head, imagine a brilliant star just floating above your head. Just look at it. The image doesn't have to be clear. It is there. Now be aware of your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden light. And stay there. You're not the body. You're the soul. You're not any of your emotions. You're the soul. You're not any of your thoughts. You are the soul, the spiritual being of divine light, love, and power. That is your true nature. Know it. And listen. Now comes the silence. Swim in it. Experience that silence and stillness. It is part of you. It is you. Now. Allow your awareness to completely dissolve into that nothingness. Now. Any sound, any noise you hear will just help you gently drift deeper and deeper into that silence and nothingness. Allow your consciousness to just dissolve into that ocean of nothingness, that ocean of stillness and silence. Now, just simply let go and let things happen. Let go. Gently, very slowly, very gently and slowly, come back to your physical body. Just gently wiggle your fingers, your toes. That helps you come back. Okay, come back. Raise your hands. We're going to release excess energy. You generate lots of energy there, right? First, picture the people you love in front of you. Could be your husband, wife, children, parents, friends, whoever they are. Just visualize them in front of you. Fill them with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spiritual oneness. So be it. May all of them be blessed. Now beware of your feet and the base of your spine. Project golden light downwards to be grounded. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Okay. And what we always do during full moons is you have all this energy we generate, so you should have written down all your projects, your goals that you want blessed by the group. I'm not the one blessing. I'm just guiding you guys with a fire hose. You generate all this energy. You want to pour lots of energy so they'll manifest for you. Okay? So if you've done that, right, you already have it written up, put it in front of you. The ones who are new, I want you to just take maybe 30 seconds or so. Think of what you want. It's like a wish list. Better health, better relationships. Are there certain things that you're having challenges with? Just picture it being already what you want. It needs energy, and we have lots of it. Think about it, anything. Your health, your relationships, your finances, just your wish list. What do you want? Take your time. All right. Okay, raise your hands. Visualize the end result of what you want, flooded with light. You have all this excess energy. Visualize it materializing according to the divine order. Fill with light. Brighter. Super bright. Fill with light. Lots of energy. Go. Now repeat after me. Just say, with God's blessing, so be it. The ones who already took Kriya Shakti, your hand mudra, you know what to do. So just project that light. So be it. With God's blessing, so be it. All right, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my beloved and respected teacher, Master Tokok Sui Mahagu Jumeling, we thank you for divine light, love, guidance. Thank you for divine protection. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, intelligent mind, and a powerful will that we may be of service to others. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right. Thank you very much for joining us for this meditation. I know some of you are still buzzing. Feel free to write some comments. Let us know how you're doing. And, we look forward to seeing you in the 3 powerful full moons and Wesak preparation for it, which is basically 7 days. Okay, 7 days. We're going to make it 2 time zones because I know you're all over the world. We'll have the morning session, evening session, 7 straight days. We want to make sure by the time Wesak comes along, your channels are wide, lots of energy flowing through. Okay? And I think that's it. I've done my job. Namaste, everyone. You all take care, and God bless. And remember the lesson. Every day, find a time of silence to be with who you are. Take good care. Bye-bye.